All right, welcome back everybody. My name's Austin. Bitcoin has just broke $12,000 amid a surge in popularity. And the big question today is why? Of course, one of the big trends we're seeing in 2020 is money flow into harder assets. The golds, the Bitcoins. We've talked about this. We're living in crazy times right now. Globally, politically, economically, the US, for example, is becoming one of the biggest uncertainties in future global economic growth. There's a lot of unknowns. And we're seeing the major players like Warren Buffett act accordingly. Hey, what else are we seeing? We're seeing tech, certain tech, surge in this economic climate. And that brings us to Bitcoin. With where we are today, Bitcoin clearing 12,000. And if you're asking why, let me show you. The simple answer is that people are buying. Let me show you yet another example of the big dogs getting into a position first, and then signaling to the public now is the time to buy. Look at this. Pantera just had to make their disclosures to the SEC, and they told them that their crypto fund has raised nearly $165 million. And $165 million in the traditional world, not too big. But to put this in perspective, their fund has nearly doubled in size since they launched in 2018, meaning investors are buying. The Pantera Venture Fund has received $164.7 million in private placements from just under 200 investors, according to a Form D filing from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission we just learned about on Friday. So, over the last 2 years, as the mainstream media was spreading FUD, people have been buying. And who specifically has been buying? Well, Pantera's filing this year, as well as in previous years, has claimed a 3C7 exemption, meaning that its offering is aimed at higher-tiered qualified purchasers, or those with at least $5 million in investments. Now, Pantera did disclose that it had primarily invested in infrastructure finance and exchanges in the digital asset space, so a lot of their investment fund went to the plumbing, went to building the infrastructure for Bitcoin for cryptocurrency. So, understanding that information now, what does that mean for you as an investor in Bitcoin? Because in today's video, I do want to talk about Ethereum 2.0, Litecoin, EOS, Yearn Finance and their YFI token, TrustSwap, and much, much more. But finishing up on Bitcoin, the breaking of a $12,000 Bitcoin, that shouldn't have been the headline. What should have been is the breaking of the 11,550 price point, a resistance that we touched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times since the bull run of 2017. A resistance that has plagued us for the last 2.5 years. We have broke and we have cleared. Now what's left? We have slight resistance. We touched a couple of times at low 1300s and of course 16,200, which if you blinked back in 2017, you probably missed it. The point is the consolidation that we've been building for the last 2.5 years has been building to something. Bitcoin right now, you have no idea how high I can fly. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Next piece of news, Ethereum. Vitalik reveals that Ethereum 2.0 presents a much harder challenge than they originally thought. This is a new interview on Peter McCormick's What Bitcoin Did podcast, and McCormick asked Vitalik this: do you ever feel like Ethereum has become a much more challenging project or idea than you originally envisioned, and potentially you've bitten off more than you can chew, and it gets to the point where there's no turning back? Vitalik admits, from a technical perspective, yeah, it's been harder than he envisioned. But he goes on to say, I definitely don't think that we've discovered any fundamental flaws that make it impossible, and I do think it will be finished. It's just a matter of time, and it's actually been progressing quite quickly lately. And he does admit that some applications for Ethereum may fail. In a direct quote, if Ethereum tries to get into one space, and it turns out it's actually not useful for that space, then fine, those applications will not go anywhere. Meanwhile, the other sectors will keep going. So I think what Vitalik is saying that maybe Ethereum won't be a hard money. And maybe right now we are seeing the use case really be crowdfunding. People can launch their own projects crowdfunded on Ethereum. Or maybe it's stablecoins. Or maybe it's decentralized lending and borrowing. Whatever it is, he's saying that the public, the people, will find the true use case for Ethereum. And Ethereum 2.0 is still on its way. I'll keep you updated. Okay, before we get to some DeFi news, update on Litecoin. Litecoin gets bullish speculation at last as upgrade approaches. Now, what I want to focus on today is the upgrade. What's the news with Litecoin? Well, a key upgrade is looming, and there's also signs that activity is increasing on the Litecoin blockchain. Check this out. The upgrade will put into effect the privacy protocol known as Mimblewimble. So it's finally coming, and while usually if you add encryption or privacy to a blockchain, they're bulky, they're slower. Mimblewimble, the technology there, is scalable, lightweight privacy, and the testnet of Mimblewimble has been in the works for almost a year. It is coming at the end of September. Litecoin holders, I thought you should know, get excited. And look at this, we're seeing activity on the blockchain start to spike up. This is number of transactions. People are getting excited. Next piece of EOS news. Block One Founded Voice is open. They now allow public posts open to friends and beta users. They're finally open for business. I want to show you this. Here it is, right here. They're aiming to be a decentralized Facebook-like social media platform, and it's open. I want to share with you two details. First, as of Saturday, users included in the site's beta launch, so if you are in the beta, let us know in the comments, they have been able to invite friends for the last couple days to join the app, while also public posts are now available for anybody to see. And to get specific on the layout, posts, like in the picture that we just saw, are listed on a single page which endlessly scrolls on the platform, and are right now, what most people are posting are plugs of Block One's EOS cryptocurrency, because it's all EOS holders that are participating in the beta, and also news articles syndicated from cryptocurrency publications. So to truly succeed, they are going to have to get a user base that is outside of crypto, but their beta is open, people are using it. I'll keep you updated. Okay, before we get to TrustSwap, Yearn Finance news, quote unquote, completely valueless YFI token has risen 53% overnight. Now, the team has flat out said this token is completely valueless, but the market disagrees. If you don't know, Yearn Finance is a decentralized finance protocol that lets its users earn interest on cryptocurrency deposits within its smart contracts. So if you deposit your tokens, any Ethereum tokens, you can earn some interest. What's interesting is that Yearn Finance is number 6 out of the DeFi that has the most money locked up in it. So Maker's first, Aave is second, Synthetic's fourth, Compound. Yearn Finance has a lot of money locked up in this right now. Then why would their own leadership call the token, the YFI token, completely valueless? Well, the team actually said it's a completely valueless zero supply token, according to a blog that was just posted on June 17th. We reiterate, it has zero financial value. So the team's basically encouraging people not to speculate. Really, I think they're saying this because YFI token is a governance token at heart. It rewards depositors for using the protocol, kind of like a loyalty scheme, and it also lets holders vote for the future of the network. So it's a governance token. Maybe it's because the leadership doesn't want investors to have any expectation of outcome. Maybe they don't want the SEC kind of snooping around. They're saying it's not for speculation. It's part of the utility. It's part of the governance. As we get more information, I'll keep you updated. Quick piece of news on TrustSwap. Huge new addition to the TrustSwap Launchpad. Every project that goes through the Launchpad will now be airdropping 2% of their total supply. As you know from my deep dive from almost 2 weeks ago, more and more token offerings are going to start to launch through TrustSwap. At least that's the goal. They're very new. Right now, they're still in testnet. But the news is every project that goes through the Launchpad will be airdropping 2% of their total supply exclusively to swap holders. The amount you earn from the airdrop will be directly proportional to the swap holdings, but anything that goes back to the community, it's nice to see. The full documentation outlining the Launchpad status to date is coming soon. As we get more information, I'll keep you updated. That's the video. My name's Austin. See you tomorrow.
In 2016, President Barack Obama, while discussing cryptocurrencies, said something amazing. He said, it would be as if everybody has a Swiss bank account in their pocket. Yeah? Now, little did he know that that is a fantastic advertisement for cryptocurrency. Like, yeah, exactly. It would be as if everybody had a Swiss bank account in their pocket. Yeah.